Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Someone is shocked and amazed by you. Shocked and amazed. They feel weak in the knees when they see you. And they might not be seeing you in person. 44 on the timer. They could be watching. There is a little creepy vibe coming through. So, okay. They could be seeing you in person. They could be seeing you online. They could be seeing you in pictures. I'm seeing somebody like looking at pictures of you in their cell phone. That'll resonate with some of you. Only take what resonates. But they are shocked by you. Weak in the knees came through. SWV. I get so weak in the knees. And then I'm hearing Never Too Much by Luther Vandross. Never too much, never too much, never too much, nah. And that song is about, he says, you're my shining star, my one and only, something, something. Somebody sees you as a star. But they haven't come to terms with that. 144 on the timer. They know that you're divinely chosen to do something on this earth. They know this. They know this. I'm hearing they feel this. Wow. And this is a person who isn't in touch with their feelings. They've stuffed their feelings down. They've tried to live beyond their feelings, but that's ironic because their feelings rule them. It's because their emotions are begging to be tended to. This person's whole being is in need of love from themselves. From themselves. Okay? So that's what's shocking to this person, is the way that you love yourself. Whoever this is, they have never seen a person truly love themselves. They've seen people act like they love themselves. They've seen people spend a whole lot of money on themselves and go to the spa and take trips and buy expensive cars and act like that's them loving themselves. But they've never seen somebody take the path left traveled. Like, you could be experiencing something with the left-hand path. Okay, no judgment here, but what I wanted to say was the path less traveled. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting that this person thought that self-love looked like, you know, very angelic. Funny, because I've got a cherub here on my shirt. Like, it had to be light, but what they were seeing was false light. This person has seen a lot of false light and portrayed a lot of false light, but from you they see this. Oh, okay, the reason why that left path came through, like left-hand path, is because scorpionic energy has been coming through for me all morning. Okay, it's now afternoon, all morning. And Lord Shiva is coming through. That's death and transformation. He's often associated with Cancerian energy and with Scorpionic energy, sometimes Aries, because there's Mars energy there as well. But there's something about you where you embrace all of your wholeness. There's nothing about you that is obsessed with radiating false light or portraying falseness. You're just very real. And so there's something about that that shocks this person. I'm getting also that this is kind of like your vibe. This is what a lot of people find shocking about you. So one particular person is coming through, but I'm seeing that this is how a lot of people see you. What was about to come out was, this is how a lot of people portray you. So there could be people talking about you. It feels like that. It feels like there are people talking about you. And if this is your reading, then you've been feeling this, and this is just divine confirming for you that, yes, there are people talking. But what I'm also hearing is that that's a part of your path. It's a part of your path to allow people to talk. Just let them talk. If they're saying something about you, you know, I'm getting that let them vibe. Let them. Now, whenever you need to speak up for yourself, absolutely, do so. But, yeah, there's a lot of energy here that is not meant to be confronted. It's just meant to be acknowledged by you within yourself, whether you acknowledge outside of you or not. It's, in other words, confirming for yourself, yeah, it's there, but does it deserve my attention? Do I need to address it? Or is my energy better used in this way or that way? Okay. Also, with that scorpionic energy coming through, something has fallen away. There's something that's no longer relevant to you. There's something that's no longer beneficial for you to give your energy to, and you feel this. It's like a certain sense of freedom. That's because of the work you've done. Yeah. Also, a mantra is coming through, Om Namah Shivaya. If that resonates with you, it is honoring the frequency of Lord Shiva, death and transformation, allowing things to fall that need to fall, so that what benefits you, what serves you on your path, can flourish, truly flourish. Yeah, making way for what serves you. Okay? Realizing empathy as a revolution or evolution, both. So you are growing and deepening in your empathic gifts because of the changes that you've made. Evolution and revolution. There's a change that's happened within you that leads to growth. Yeah, you've let go of something that just really, and it's because it was time to let go. But you did the work to be able to let go. You did the work that was necessary. Ashe. Invoking guides, gods, and guardians. So you've got the first card that I mentioned. And invoking guides, gods, and guardians. And definitely Lord Shiva is coming through. I just mentioned him. And also realizing that you are protected. Actively protected. There's somebody that feels this as well. There's somebody that senses your protection. They know that you are divinely protected, and they know that, ooh, okay, so I heard they know they can't F with you. They know that because they've experienced towers. The more and more they came for you to attack you, it has started leading to immediate towers. And at first, their pride was like, because this has happened several times. Several times. The first couple times, their ego stood in the way of their awareness. Awareness was 919 on the timer. Awareness was trying to break through for them and let them know, look, don't go for that one. Okay, this is someone who's been trying to ruin something for you in your life, and when they played their little tricks, something happened. I'm hearing something fell apart. Things fall apart. Something fell apart. That book is about colonialism. This is a person who likes to conquer. They like to ruin things, ruin people, ruin lives, ruin new beginnings, ruin progress. So Scorpionic energy was coming through. This person is on the negative end of the Scorpio spectrum. 1010 on the timer. They like to ruin things, but because of their ego, not because things need to be transformed. See, there's a big difference. There's a huge difference. Scorpionic energy comes through in order to bring an end to things that are false, to bring an end to things that have run their course, to bring an end to things that are obsessed with bringing an end to things for no good purpose, for no just cause. But this being has lived obsessively. They've lived obsessively. So this is a very obsessive person. Everything they do it obsessively. If they do magic, they do it obsessively. If they diet, they diet obsessively. If they exercise obsessively. If they work obsessively. Whatever they do it obsessively. 1111 on the timer. And so because they were obsessed with causing an ending for you, your guides, gods, and guardians that stand with you, they stepped in and they caused these synchronicities that this person who wanted to attack you could no longer deny. But they lived in denial for quite a while. They would attack you, whether it was through alchemy or just through thoughts that they would project your way, because they're very obsessive. So you were picking up on this. Or whether it was a smear campaign or trying to ruin something for you in the physical realm. Something about an election is relevant. An election or voting. They wanted people to vote against you, so that could be literal or not. But they wanted people to stand against you. I'm hearing they wanted an army to stand against you. An army of demons. Oh, wow. I'm seeing Roman soldiers. And it's funny because I realized in a previous reading, I was trying to say centenarian, like a person who's 100 years old, and I said, now I can't think of the other one, but I said it naturally the other time. It was centurion. Yeah, centurion. And I looked it up. It's a centurion is a Roman soldier. So there's something here about Rome or ancient Rome, warfare, soldiers. But this person was obsessed with building a war, waging war and building an army against you. Yeah. So building a war, it's like they saw it in their mind, a war against you, and so they started constructing a war against you. And what that lets me know is that you weren't fighting. Because if one person has to build a war, then they're telling people that you're fighting them, and you're not. This person portrayed you as a person who was obsessed with fighting against them, and you were at peace because they were constructing a whole war. It's not funny, but in a way it's like, wow. Okay. What else is coming through here, Spirit? Yeah, but with Scorpionic energy, that's why this person is being addressed by your gods, guardians, and guides, is because they have been obsessed with living on the negative end of Scorpionic energy. So they might have a lot of Scorpio energy in their chart, in which case, oh my God, I love Scorpios. I love Scorpios, and I love when Scorpio energy is healed. But when it's not, just like any of the other 11 zodiac signs. It is what it is. Thank you, Spirit. What else is coming through here? Consciousness and control. There is consciousness that you have access to, that you're able to share. Somehow you share consciousness. You share awareness. You bring awareness to people. Somehow. And how you do it will be different for each of you. But I'm getting that there's something that you share, or for certain you create something. I'm hearing you speak something into existence. You build things too, but you don't build wars. You don't wage war, but when it's called for, you do fight. Ashe. Yeah, you bring consciousness to things that someone wants to keep hidden. And this could be several beings, but I'm specifically getting a certain energy that has been trying to confront you, combat you. They've done so obsessively. And what they wanted to keep hidden in the dark was their control, the level of control that they tried to maintain over your consciousness. But see, we're in minute 16 now, so that has crumbled. They don't have power over not even how people see you anymore. Because that's what's coming through, is with this consciousness and control. They wanted to control how your consciousness was viewed by other people. How did they do this, Divine? How did this come through? How was this manifesting when it was being manifested? Because I'm getting total tower energy for this now, but how is this coming through? Okay, there could be Leo energy here, but somebody wanted to control your strength. Also, they wanted to make you angry. You see how she has a hand on this lion? It does. It looks like a baby lion. Yeah. Oh, so this person, okay, now this could be a parent figure. And if they're not a parent figure in this life, then in a past life they could have been a parent, a very toxic parent. And in this lifetime, your assignment was to free yourself from that control. But regardless, this person thought that you should be under their control. That's why this lion is seen here as very young. Also, they have a hand on this lion. So they always wanted to keep you under their control. This card is touching this card. And you see the hands here as well. It's like they were obsessed with constricting and restricting you. I'm getting the energy of a boa constrictor. They wanted to constrict you. They wanted to squeeze the life out of something, either that you do or that you are committed to. 19 is on the timer, but this has been exposed. This has been completely exposed. They can't do this anymore. How is this manifesting, Spirit? Anything else on that? Oh, okay, so they wanted to cause a tower to your wish fulfillment. With the 9 of baskets, that's everything you would want. Anything that you hoped for, that you... I'm hearing that you desired on a soul level. Okay? And that's why your 9 of Cups is protected. That's why your 9 of Cups is protected. Because your desires are aligned with what's truly meant for you. You're not out here desiring things that would bring a tower to your life, okay? I'm hearing it's not about lust. It's not about greed. What you desire, you're meant to manifest. And so even though this being wanted to bring a tower to your wishes being fulfilled, you have guides, gods, and guardians that will always protect you. Divine, is there anything else you'd like to bring to light about this being who was the star on the fence? This could be an Aquarius, or there could be Aquarius energy heavily aspected in their chart. So they wanted to turn your star energy, they wanted to distort your star energy. Also, this star card is called the grandchildren in this deck. This is an entity, or this person, whoever this is in your life who was doing this, they are controlled by an entity that has been bringing harm, shame, control, and early endings to your bloodline. You are the grandchild of a being who is fed up with this entity. So you have either a grandmother or a grandfather, or potentially both, whose lives were heavily impacted by this same frequency, and they're tired of it. And that's why they support you in your star energy. 2222 on the timer. They support you in your efforts to bring balance to your world. Beautiful being, you are not alone. You definitely are not alone. You have ancestral spirits who carry weapons with them on the astral realm. So this is spiritual, okay? You know, we're talking about whatever weapons are needed, whatever frequencies are needed for you to stand strong in whatever war it is that someone waged against you. You have whatever spiritual weapons you need in order to protect yourself, to protect what is yours, and to bring healing to your entire bloodline. Ashe. Ooh, wow. I'm hearing, and now that tower belongs to them. Whoever it was who tried to bring a tower to you, that tower is now theirs, and it's locked in. There's nothing they can do about it. It's locked in. They have condemned themselves. I keep looking at this Leo. Leo energy is coming through real strong. This could also be regarding your path, your true path, the strength that you carry on your true path. This could be regarding your North Node. It's about what you're meant to do here. That's why this person has condemned themselves to the tower. They've bound themselves to the tower. Can you imagine that? Like, basically this person has bound themselves to this because they came for this. They waged war against your star energy, 2444 on the timer. And they are attached to an entity that has done this to prior generations, previous generations, and your bloodline. I'm hearing it's been so long. It's been such a long time. And your ancestors are so fed up. I'm hearing they have been calling upon the gods and goddesses themselves. So I remember I posted a couple days ago that there's a legion of spirits with you. That's no joke. That is no joke. There is a whole legion of spirits with you. Your ancestors, gods, goddesses, the divine itself, angels. You got little cherubs shooting darts. And maybe they are darts of love, okay? Because that's needed too, right? It's not just always about, you know, and that's what's coming through, is that you're blessed because you don't fight the way that this entity has fought you and your bloodline. You don't fight that way. The way that you fight is balanced. You work with the sun and the moon, and you honor both of those energies inside of you. Wow. Wow. And you know, sometimes, you know how they say, I won't say the actual word, but like, ruin somebody with kindness, or like, take somebody out with kindness. There's something to that. So I'm getting that you have not gotten out of character with this person. And character, it's not like a character that you're playing, a role that you're playing. It is your character. It is yourself. It is who you are. You have not stepped outside of that. But what has happened is that all the aspects of you that maybe were dimming themselves or hiding in the shadows, you're like, I am who I am, and I'm gonna be exactly who I'm supposed to be. That's your reality. There's no shame. Okay, so it came through that this entity that was working through this person has been trying to bring shame on your entire bloodline. That's why you might be feeling very like, and, you know, on period, like that kind of energy. Like I said what I said. Do you need to hear it one more time? It's gonna be the same thing. It's kind of like that energy coming through. Okay, I'm getting hot now. Let me calm down. But it's a very unapologetic frequency that's coming through you. And if you feel it coming through, it's because it's so strong. And it's been waiting for generations to come through you. Yeah, this entity wanted to bind you to a spirit of shame so that you would not be able to be who you are, so that you would hide and run away. You were never going to do that. You were never going to do that because your ancestors were always holding your hand. Look at that. They were always holding your hand. You're going to see cardinals. If you live in an area where there are cardinals, you're going to see some red bird, okay? If you're in a tropical area, you might see a parrot. I don't know, but cardinals are coming through. I have mine right up there, okay? So you're going to see some cardinals. They might, you might even see them in movies or videos or something like that. But if you notice that they're speaking to you, that is a sign that your ancestors are with you, and this is confirmation of this message. If you have been seeing cardinals, if they've been coming through, that is a message of your ancestors confirming for you that this message is bringing truth. Also, something about woodworking. I don't know, maybe somebody like chiseled or made figurines out of wood, or chopped wood, or built things out of wood. Something about like wood shop, making things out of wood. Also something about a railroad. I'm hearing, I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. I don't know what that's about, but Maybe somebody helped build a railroad, or this could be about the Underground Railroad, something there. Okay, all right, so thank you, Divine. That'll resonate with some of y'all. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. What else is coming through here? Okay, we've got a Queen of Wands who was like, okay, I'm gonna show you exactly how, because you can't see it there, but I'm gonna bring it right down. It came out just like that. It's a little bit more reversed than on the fence, but it's trying to be on the fence. So this is a Queen of Wands, a fire energy, who's contemplating something. They're contemplating something because of this tower. This is the energy that's coming through. This is the person or being who's attached to that tower, and also to the entity that has been impacting your family, your bloodline. What's coming through here with this Queen of Wands? Oh, Five of Knives. Okay, so they've been chatting. They've been spreading rumors, spreading lies, very deceitful things, wanting to cut with their tongue, wanting to cut with their words. Okay, so it's a Queen of Wands. It's someone who is in very toxic fire energy, but they've been using air, communication, to spread the fire. You know what I mean? To try to burn something down. They've been using their words, their communication. I heard their gift of gab, so they might like to talk a lot, trying to butter people up in order to insinuate things about you, or get them to believe things about you so that they could build that army against you. But Four of Swords. Okay, there's something about, please clarify this, Divine. Four of Swords. Huh. So Four of Swords and Temperance. There's something about wanting balance, wanting peace. Okay, I'm hearing because Spirit has dragged them. So this is after the tower, all right? They've been experiencing so many series of towers because of their harsh, evil, deceitful words that they've been speaking against you. And it's like now all they want to do is just heal. They just want some peace. They want to be able to lie down and be at peace. I'm hearing they're hungry for peace. Temperance is here. So they're contemplating alchemizing something. Also, Temperance is Sagittarius, so there could be Sagittarius energy here in their chart or in your chart. But I'm also getting that they see Temperance around them. So this person feels like they're in a total tower, but they observe Temperance around them. Tell me more about this Temperance, Spirit. Six of Swords. They want Temperance, but they can't move forward because the Six of Swords came through in the reverse. So they feel stuck. There's something that they need to achieve peace, but they haven't been able to do that. What does this beautiful being need to know? So Hanged Man. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm hearing this is their punishment. They have chosen to sacrifice themselves, and this is their punishment. To have visions of peace, but not being able to achieve it. It's almost as if with the Hanged Man, this person knows what they must do to get out of the tower, and it's that they must become enlightened. They must see things from a different perspective. But with this Page of Wands here, and that hand up, Something is blocked. I'm getting that this person could want to reach out to you, because what I keep getting is that they see you as temperance. This person that's stuck in a tower sees you in temperance energy. They see you as balanced, and that makes perfect sense because divine already brought through that you never got out of character. In other words, it's not like you're acting, because somebody could say, oh, well, so I'm acting. No, you're not acting. That's quite the opposite. You never got out of your true self. What is your character? Who you are. You never allowed this person to turn you into the demon that they hoped you would become. This person really wanted to fight with you. They really wanted to fight with you. And you know, that's very easy to believe because narcissists love to get people bothered, because they see that as a means of control. Well, if I can make you angry, if I can piss you off and get you out of character so that you're not acting like yourself anymore, you forget who you are, then I've really done something. I'm important. I control you. Oh, because that would have been the ultimate means of gaining control, would be to change who you are. To turn you into someone that you were never meant to be. But you said, no, no. You have that hand up. And because this is Page of Wands, I'm getting communication as well. So you may have communicated a boundary where you were like, don't you do it. And you made it very clear. I should go to another deck. Which one, Spirit? The crows. Okay. Okay, crows. Come through, crows. What does this beautiful being need to know about this energy? Judgment. So this person is under judgment. Also, you have wise judgment. Your wise judgment is demonstrated in your boundary that you put up. I'm seeing this here. It reminds me of the Red Cross. There's something about this person's health that's being impacted. And I was getting earlier today, and this came to me because sometimes I'm in meditation and I get something, but this, I was just walking around the house and there is somebody, or it could even be a group of people who have been trying to attack you or impact you in some negative way. And every time they try one of their tricks now, they get physically ill. Now, it came through at the beginning, something about the left-hand path. What's coming through is that you're balanced in whatever you do. So your light energy, your dark energy, you're balanced, okay? I feel like that darkness coming through is about whatever aspects of yourself you ever felt shamed about. You're like, no more. There is no more shame, okay? If you feel some shame rising up, you're like, no, no. I'm gonna let myself be myself. Some people see that as left-hand path. Some people see that as darkness, because I'm not getting that you're doing chaos magic or anything like that. But you know what? Somebody might be thinking that you are. There's somebody who is getting immediate consequences for their attacks against you, and then they have the nerve to think that you're doing some chaos magic against them. No, that is divine judgment. That is your divine protection. And what kind of mind goes there where they would try to attack you, which is chaos magic? Okay, they're the ones using chaos magic, trying to attack you. But then as soon as they try to attack you, they are feeling sick or they get a headache or whatever it is that's stopping them. But they think it's you cursing them. No, that's divine protection. So for people who are trying to attack you, they are being met with immediate consequences. And that is how your divine protection is manifesting. But they don't get that that's not chaos. That is their chaos being stopped. You see? Now this person could want to, what does this person want? If they were trying to reach out, what do they want? Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Empress, Three of Swords. Oh, so they want a long-term process of trying to bring harm your way. They're still up to the same stuff. So you might get downloads or some sort of indication that a being from your past who is extremely karmic, who you have freed yourself from their hold, and not only freed yourself but your entire bloodline. So you see how a lot is at stake for this person, because when they lost control of you, they lost control of an entire bloodline of divine beings, generations, that this entity that they work with and that they're now controlled by had access to at one time. They're not able to do it. And so it's like, I'm seeing them foaming at the mouth, just 4111 on the timer, just wanting access. So with the Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, they want something long-term that feels like some sort of opportunity. It's something related to money or business or something like that. And then I glance at this like, skirt. Nope. Okay. All because they want to access an Empress, which you're coming through as the Empress, abundant, creative, fertile, 4141 on the timer. That's 5 and 5. So whatever seeds this person is planting to try to get an Ace of Pentacles with you, there's about to be even another change. 5 and 5, another tower. So if they want to feel that tower, they can go ahead and try. But each time they try, it's getting worse and worse. I'm hearing more and more crucial. Okay. Because they want to bring an ending, heartache, to an Empress. But you know what I'm also seeing? As this person presents themselves as an Empress reversed, because he already came through as the Queen of Wands. So as an Empress, they would try to, because they try to control, right? An Emperor or Empress reversed wants control. So although they're trying to bring heartache your way, they themselves as an Empress reversed are going to have to face a Three of Swords. Okay? This is what's going to happen to them. The more and more they try to approach you, they're going to be met with Three of Swords, Three of Swords, Three of Swords, Three of Swords, over and over again. It's going to be endless. Isn't that something in a movie? One of those Marvel movies, Dormammu or something? Doctor Strange, where he keeps living the same thing over and over again until he gets it right. Okay, so there's something there. Just repeated ignorance. Repeated ignorance. 4334. Repeated ignorance for this person. And they're stuck in a cycle that they can't get out of because they're not thinking differently. In order to think differently, they would have to detach from this entity that has control over them. In order to do something different, they would have to live beyond the ego that controls them. But they can't find a way to do that. The only solution that they are able to come up with is to attach themselves to you. And you have said absolutely not. Not from a fake number, not from a fake email address, not from a fake name, not from a fake identity, not through a single flying monkey. This person's paths to you have been completely shut down. And as long as they keep trying the same thing over and over again, trying to come to you in lies, deceit, with a mask, they're met with the Three of Swords, 4444 on the timer, because you are divinely protected. So they tried to wage war against you, but they are finding that with your guides, guardians, and gods and goddesses protecting you, when they did that, it's like they were waging war against themselves. And that's what they've continued to do. I'm hearing that this Four of Swords is yours. They want that peace, but both this Temperance and Four of Swords belong to you. That's why they're trying to come to you. Because they see that you are able to do the quote-unquote impossible. I almost said impossible. Impossible, okay? And the reason why they think that it's so impossible, like what you did, is because this person has attacked so many people and has been able to ease their way into a person's consciousness, their subconscious, their consciousness. They've taken complete control over other people. That's why that consciousness card came through. And that's really what they wanted to do, beautiful being, was cause a tower to your entire consciousness. But that's what this person does, is they wheeze. They might be wheezing. Yeah, something about health, because I see that red cross here. I never noticed that before, okay? I'm hearing hanging on for dear life. Okay, well, they can keep hanging on, but they can't hang on to you. They can't hang on to your ancestors. They can't hang on to anyone in your bloodline. So they need to find something else to hang on to, because it's not going to be you or yours. And really what they need to hang on to is the divine, so they can live beyond their ego. I'm hearing they need to learn how to laugh at themselves. It's not that serious. This person is so afraid of being seen as foolish or making a mistake. And who doesn't make a mistake? There's freedom in admitting that. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Where are we going now? Here? Okay. What does this beautiful being need to know moving forward? I'm already getting the doors are shut tight, sealed tight. Okay. Oh, and another thing. This was coming through to me earlier today in meditation. Divine is saying that the only way that a being that isn't supposed to be in your realm could get in is by you giving expressed permission. So some kind of communication that would open the door to them. It would have to be like when you know that somebody is pretending with you, or they're trying to get back into your energy. You know, like say, for example, if this is somebody that you were with 10 years ago, either a friend or a lover or something, and they try sometimes to get back into your energy. Now, they might be coming with a mask on, or they might just send a little cheesy text or something like that. But you would have to engage with this person. You would have to. And what Spirit is saying is that your engagement with this person, whether it's verbal or through written communication, that is like the universe is saying, oh, this divine being is giving permission. It would have to be communicated. There's something about communication here. 48 on the timer. That's 12 and 12. And the Hangman did come through. Divine says, don't sacrifice the progress that you've made. And that already came through. The Hangman, don't sacrifice the progress that you've made. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. That's a song by Bryson Tiller, I think it is. And it opens up with his mother or grandmother. It's like a recorded voicemail message. So there is something about, oh my goodness, a grandparent that is supporting you. All of your ancestors are lined up. They're like, we got you. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay, you might want to listen to that song. He says over and over in that song, keep doing what you're doing. And it's such a sweet message. Oh my goodness, whoever that is, his mom, his grandma, I can tell they were so sweet to them. But that's like your ancestors speaking to you, saying, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Divine. What's coming through? Yeah, this person is trying to create an attachment. With a mask. Look at that. With a mask. So that lets me know they're not coming to you as themselves. They're going to try to hide and dodge. And so they're trying to get to you, but not like, I'm here. And I'm so sorry for the things I've done. You know, they're not even going to do that. Because some people from the past will do that. They'll be like, look, I'm so sorry. Even if they're lying, they'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. They'll give some kind of, you know, maybe fake apology. But this person is karmic and very, very fake. So they can't even present their own self to you. They're going to be wearing that mask right there, or one of many. But you see through the masks. That's your power, is that you see through them. So just stay strong. I feel like it's almost... Yeah, so there's something about the promise of togetherness, or that's why this person is trying to, or that's how they're trying to tempt you. It's like some sort of, we were meant to be together. I'm hearing, we belong together. Isn't that Mariah Carey? I don't know. It's a no. You're not meant to be together. You're not meant to be together. That is a lie. You are meant to be with other divine beings who honor you and cherish you and love you. You're not meant to be with someone who wants to tie you up. Happy family and all tied up. They want to bind you to a whole group of demons. No. Look, but you have an angel of strength. And see, angels are strong in this reading, because not only do we have Archangel Michael back there, right there. Ashe, he's in every reading. And I just got this shirt and I was like, I love it. So even the cherubs are fighting for you. Okay? And an angel of strength here. So you have every frequency on the spectrum working with you, working on your behalf, bringing you strength. But whatever this is, where this person is making a promise of, oh, we are so meant to be together, and that's exactly what they would do. They would come at you like, with a mask, okay? We're meant to be together. We really are. And I have seen the error of my ways. Somehow they're hiding who they are, but they're trying to lay it on like, they know that you know who they are, but they somehow still want to convince you to let them in. No, absolutely not. Whatever tricks they're trying, they can go take that somewhere else, okay? Thank you, Spirit. What is on tap for this beautiful being? Hope. Whatever it is that you are working on, keep doing what you're doing, and just know that there's hope all up in and through it. Okay? You are surrounded by and filled with hope. And it's divine hope, so it brings divine manifestations. Oh, we got hope again. Let me read what it says. Hope is a beam of light in the darkness. Yeah. And you know, I love this image because it's about the coexistence of both light and dark. There's something very significant about that here. You are a beautiful representation of a balance of the light and the dark. Look, the light is shining, but the darkness is still around it because they work together. You're balanced, okay? There's no false light here. There's no unbalanced chaos and darkness. They coexist, the light and the dark, beautifully, miraculously. And that brings transformation. Your willingness to remain as who you are, but grow, right? In other words, you didn't let this being, this entity, take you out of who you're meant to be. You just stood firm and said, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to grow. Like a big oak tree. An oak tree, acorns might be significant. Yeah, also they bring abundance. Very positive energy. So your balance is bringing transformation. And it's beautiful. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. I'm so grateful that you allow them to come through me. And beautiful being, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. I appreciate you so much. And I hope that these messages brought something to you that you needed, or that helped you, whether it was clarity, insight, or just some good vibes. I love you. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.